Welcome to DWI Steelers Show, where we are your hosts. That's Dude, that's Wax, I'm Ellie. Fellas, we got a lot to get into. But before we get into it, I need y'all to do three things, Wax.
And what's that?
That's like, share, and subscribe. Dude, I think you got something to add into it.
Get in that comment section.
So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Fellas, now listen, there's always time for winning because we love to be in that winning column. But when it's a loss, holy shnikes, man, it's not one of those things that I like to, sit around and just, enjoy as much as I do winning, man. I don't know if I'm a selfish individual, fellas, but today's game, man, there's a lot of things that went wrong.
Right.
It's like Murphy's Law in a sense. And for y'all that don't know what Murphy's Law consists of, it's anything that could go wrong will go wrong. So I want to address a few different things. Shout out to Steeler Nation. If you guys are brand new to the show, this is our Steelers segment where we talk about anything to Steelers. There's a lot of high moments, some low moments, and I got a good feeling that this may be a low moment. Doesn't mean it's not a grow moment. So, with that being said, I want to start off with the offense. Wax, how do you think that we did offensively today?
Very lackluster, man. I'm like trying not to, just down the whole organization like I usually do when I'm pissed off, but we didn't do too well offensively. Right. It looked like we could have maybe pulled something out at the end, but I mean, things happened and we didn't end up doing it. So
right.
we didn't look that great today.
That's exactly what I seen out there. Dude, how you feeling about it?
We didn't look prepared. We weren't sharp. Like, there was, people were just missing on different things. And the blocking, of course, wasn't what we wanted it to be. Aaron didn't have a lot of time back there. And he was making some mistakes himself.
Right.
So, lackluster, like Wax said, just not sharp. They didn't look prepared. They didn't look ready.
I will say this, from last week to this week, because it's a growing process for a lot of the new players that are part of the program. And, as far as what we were addressing last week, it's the interior, fellas.
Yeah.
It's the interior line. And last week, I know I went damn near hog wild about a certain individual, number 77.
Right.
Mr. Jones, you played all right today. Now, it could be falling on deaf ears, but we're a part of the journey as well as you. We're not getting paid for it, but at the same time, we were fans a lot longer than you wore that jersey. So with that being said, anybody that puts this jersey on, the black and gold, they basically have to check their ego at the door.
Right. We hold you to a higher standard.
So, I was definitely calling it how I seen it. This week, I feel like mission accomplished.
For him.
Now,
yeah.
For him.
Yeah, I didn't see too many mistakes out of him. I mean, I'm sure all we need to do is play adequate. You know what I mean? And I think he played decent today.
Right.
You know what I mean? There wasn't any glaring mistakes. I'm sure he didn't play perfect, but no one really does.
Well, I mean, I went gung-ho last week.
Yeah.
I did, and it was in a winning effort. Right. So I guess in a losing effort, I have to have that same energy.
Right.
That was something that I'd like to say it was a bright spot in a dark moment.
Right. You got to give credit where credit is.
Exactly, Wax.
Yeah.
I told Steeler Nation, and if it got back to him, which if it did, I didn't mean it with malicious intent. I meant it so you can do what you did this week. So if it lit a fuse up underneath you, keep it going. You have to have that same intensity year around, man. Yeah. So I'm man enough to say, hats off to you today in a losing effort. We didn't pull the victory out at all. That hurts us in the standing. Now we go 1-1 early. This is something that I can say, man, I didn't see it coming. I didn't, from last week's prediction, I didn't see this coming out of nowhere.
I gave him, 5 more games?
Right.
Now he got 4 more games.
Right.
I feel like he needs to build off of, not even really success, because he was still getting pushed back into the backfield, but he held his block somewhat. He needs to work on his technique and build off of this losing effort today.
Right.
Because he didn't look as bad as last year or as bad as last game, but you still need to get better, man.
Right.
I'm gonna put it in winning mentality, Wax. You're only as good as your last game. So how you perform last game, they're gonna hold you to that for next game. So when they say you're only as good as your last game, how did you do last game? Oh, you had 7 attempts with 300 yards. Well, you had a fantastic game, so I can't judge you in a harsh way because you didn't do anything that would deserve that. But if you had a bad game last week, this week I'm gonna judge you off of last week's game and this week. So when I say you're only as good as your last game, how did you do last game? You did terribly. How are you doing this game? You stepped it up. So therefore, next week we might have a well-rounded left tackle.
I wouldn't go that far, but
And here's
I feel where you're coming from.
Here's the thing I'd like to add on to that. For me, like you said, 4 games. If you do something terrible, it kind of expedites the process, meaning 4, 3, 2, 1. You get there as quick as possible. But if you do okay, that kind of resets the clock. So he's still at 5 games for me.
Oh, well, good luck with that one.
I'm not saying it like, you know,
Yeah, I mean,
if next week comes and he doesn't, you know, and I don't want to speak bad luck into a next week.
right.
But, you know, it's going according to the play. Let the punishment fit the crap. So,
Right. In my opinion, if you keep adding games to what the decision making, you're just giving him leeway to fuck up. I'm just not going to give him any more excuses. This is his 3rd year, and he's been bumped thus far.
well, let me. Go ahead, Wayne.
No, I'm just saying, like, especially like in my opinion, my cutoff is 5 more games or 4 now.
Well, here's the thing. I initially said at the beginning of, you know, when we started this season off, that I'm going to give that brother 6 games. So with that being said, let me add on to it. If he does well in the road to that 6th game, it kind of minuses the game because my whole objective is to light a fire under him to where he uses those games as fuel. Let those 6 games be fuel. So by week 6, we're sitting at an astounding record of 5-1. You understand what I'm saying?
I do, but what I'm saying is, if you give him a 6-game period, right, and he gets better after the 6 games, you don't have to keep giving him more games, or he gets worse. You have to judge him by the 6th game.
And I can dig it, man. I mean, I see where you're coming from, and like that just shows you and you at home that there's more ways to skin a cat than one. I don't want to give up on him too soon. I don't want to get rid of and how soon is too soon? Probably about 7 games after he started making his first mistake. So we're in 3 years after that. So I feel you. That's why I felt the way that I felt leading up to this point. But I'm just trying to not even rectify, because I don't feel like I was wrong by saying what I said last week. I'm just trying to add on a couple good points.
Right.
Now, you, Mr. Quiet, how you feeling about your run attack with number 30 back there?
It's lackluster. Like, they need to get better, man. Like, Jalen went 14 for 48 yards, 3.4 a carry. That's not good.
It's not good, but it's not terrible.
Nah, it's not good at all.
3.4 is scrape. You're getting a first down every 3 times you touch the
That's
field,
not good,
bro.
man. That's not good. That's just it's average at best. It's not good.
Listen, I'm agreeing with you, but that's what happens when you don't have a power back there.
I get it, but like, even saying that, like, I think Jalen Warren was the only bright spot of the entire offense.
You ain't lying.
Because that catch he took, and I wish he would have scored on it. We needed it, but like, that was a hell of a play.
Right.
So, I give him that, like, in the receiving game, but the run game as a whole in general just wasn't good. And it hasn't been good.
Wax, how you feeling about the receiving column? DK Metcalf to start it off, being that, okay, you guys released me, you didn't see my worth, these guys picked me up. Do you feel like Seattle feel like they made the right decision after watching the performance?
I mean, something's going on. I feel like our receiving core is in shambles right now. We're not taking, like, deep threats down the field. Like, we're dropping easy passes. We're dropping, like, contested passes that any other good receiver would have made.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Our receivers today didn't even get 50 yards receiving.
Come on, dude.
Just the receivers. Not
whole game.
Not counting Jalen Warren and Freiermuth and tight ends. The receivers themselves didn't even get 50 yards
Wow.
collectively.
Wow.
So something's up there. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't get it. Like, I don't know what Arthur Smith is dialing up in there. I don't know if it's Arthur Smith. I don't know if it's because of the line, but something wasn't right today. They wasn't prepared.
Can I say something?
Go for it.
It's the line.
Yeah.
What y'all was saying last week, I wasn't dismissing it. I mean, we kept that argument going on for about 3 days.
It's still going on.
Yeah, this is the crazy thing. Like, we were agreeing with you last week.
Like,
We were
It
agreeing
didn't
with
seem
you.
like it. Did y'all
No,
see
but
it at home? Do y'all feel like they were agreeing with me? Because I didn't see it.
We all said his performance was trash last week.
Right.
You wanted to put the whole game on him, and that's where we disagreed.
Well, listen, it wasn't just me because, like, when I did a deep dive online, everybody was talking about his performance. So I'm just one person out of 3 out on our show. It wasn't just me. So please believe that.
But like I said, we were still agreeing with you. But I was saying, like, the rest of the line didn't look much better.
Yeah.
Well,
And
today
that's-
it showed. It showed.
That's what the argument was. It wasn't that he doesn't deserve the blame.
And I heard that, but I can only see what I can see, and I didn't see the other 6 guys on the line doing like he did. I just didn't see it, bruh.
Right. All right. Let me ask you this:
What's up?
What you think about Aaron Rodgers' performance today? Both of y'all. Like, he went 18 for 33 for 203 yards, 2 picks, and a touchdown.
I mean, I'll go first on this one because I try to think offensive minded. Without making any excuses, it was middle of the road. So he went 500 miles. It was 5 out of 5. Or 5 out of 10, excuse me.
Okay.
You know, I just feel like 200 yards to him, he can do that in his sleep. He can do that laying down on the ground, throw 203 yards.
But the 2 picks.
That was instrumental. But then again, he's smart enough to where I blame one of those picks on the receiver. That pick that was in the end zone.
Yeah.
I feel like CA3, he shouldn't have brought that guy over to where, we already had, what was it, DK Metcalf in position.
I think so. And you could tell Aaron wasn't happy with that.
No. He's a veteran quarterback, man. So he knows, like I said last week, y'all, he knows how to throw a deep, as you would say, moon ball out there towards the corner of the boundary to where only the receiver can get it. And if you're not going to call fair catch, with the receiver bringing it down, you're going to draw a PI. He knows how to create those type of scenarios.
What you think, Wags?
I think he looked like what everybody else expected today.
Right.
Like, I'm like, he looked like he came from the Jets after a losing season today.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I was happy with the win last week, but he didn't have any resemblance of last week's game. I mean, he had a couple sparks here and there, but he was making some dumb mistakes, man. Like, in the pocket.
Yeah, it seemed like he had, like, because the line wasn't blocking that great, but it seemed like a couple of those times he was getting the jitters back there, and because the line wasn't blocking great, but even when they did block great, he kind of was trying to get it out of there sooner than it should have been. So, I mean, I think he played okay, but not well enough to win.
Let me ask you this, dude, throwing a little wrinkle in it. Mm-hmm. How do you feel that DK did showing up playing against his old team? Do you feel like it was in DK's favor from his performance with his touchdown?
No, he only went 3 for 20, and he had like two drops that we really needed those to move the chains. Those 2 drops. I mean, the touchdown was cool. It was a nice grab. But 3 for 20, you're getting paid a lot more to go 3 for 20, and you can't drop easy catches. Man.
You can't drop anything if you're getting paid what you're getting paid, bro.
But at the same time, like, I don't know if the play calling, I don't know if they're running him the right way. We need to, like we and Wax was talking earlier, he need to go on some streaks and just like chuck it up to him every once in a while. But we got to have the line to be able to do that. So it's like it all comes back to them, So. But I wasn't impressed with his performance today.
What would you grade that line, Wax? Today, what would you grade the line?
I grade the line a D today. I mean, like, and that's being nice, truthfully. Like, they weren't doing their job.
Okay.
I mean, like, they were getting in the way of people, but they weren't holding their blocks down. They weren't anchoring, and, like, they were getting pushed back. Some of them were in the backfield. in the way, so they kind of stopped the defender from tackling people, but like they weren't supposed to be back there.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
How about you, dude?
I probably would give him a D.
A D?
Yeah, I agree with Wax. I give him a D.
Okay.
What about you?
I ain't telling them nothing, dude, until they do 3 things, Wax.
And what's that?
That's like, share, and subscribe. We need you guys to push the envelope. And, dude, I think you got something to add on to it.
Yeah, get in that comment section. Let us know, how you feel about this game.
So, with that being said, I'm going to tell you this. I feel like if, you know how you say that, like, a C is the best of the worst and the worst of the best, I'm going to give him a C.
Okay.
Because, like, I seen the improvement from Broderick. I feel like the other guys, they did get in the way, Wax, and they were able to create a little bit of cushion as far as Aaron Rodgers did have a couple plays where he took it upon himself and got outside of the arc of safety, if you will. Right. When he ran outside of the pocket and realized, hey, I'm 41 years old. Right. I can't get outside of this pocket and be comfortable and throw that pass as I would if I was 25. Right. So, with that being said, I'm going to give him a C. So, in my eyes, a C is the best of the worst and the worst of the best.
All right. So let's go with the other grades on the offense. What you give Aaron Rodgers as a grade?
I give him a C. I don't feel like his performance was up to par. Just like you were saying, he got a bag too. So, if I'm willing to invest in you, despite the fact of your age, everything in the whole wide world is against his success. Like, if you was a gambling man in Vegas, you'd put everything on the fact that Aaron Rodgers would not be able to prevail this season. So you have every element that could be involved against him. And with that being said, it would get me to do as best as I could every play. If he did do that and it was the Lions' fault, which we all feel like it was, then I'd grade him higher. But I'm giving him a C.
All right, what you say, Wags?
I'm going to give him a D also. Like, because I just felt like he could have done a little bit more to distribute the ball better.
Right.
Like, look down the field a little bit more and be, aware of his surroundings.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I agree. I probably give him a D, just because of the 2 picks. The 2 picks and only 200 yards passing this. That's not good, especially grading on the Aaron Rodgers scale of what he is. Like, I got to give him a D. So, like, all right, let's go to wide receivers. What grade you give them on?
A D.
The whole unit.
D. A D. There was more things they could have did. DK, man, this was his opportunity to right. tell the whole organization from Seattle to kiss my hind parts. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to give him a D, man. It makes me feel like I'm just pointing him out, so I see what y'all mean. No. And I'm saying all of them, from Calvin to Austin's route running. I mean, he's one of the fastest guys on the field when he's on the field.
Right.
If not the fastest, the quickest or the most elusive.
Right.
Roman Wilson, they only threw him the ball. I think he went 1 for 1, but, that he's in the catalyst with everybody else.
Right.
Everybody in that section gets a D.
What you think, Wags?
I'm going to give him a D- only because, how many, what we have as receiving yards?
Altogether?
Yeah.
Like, with just the receivers was like 50, like 49.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's a pee-wee game.
That means you can't pass the ball.
At all.
Like, if we stop your run attack, there's nothing you can do now.
And even though there was a couple drop passes, that still wouldn't have contributed to make it look a little bit better.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, they're still under 100 yards.
Right. What about you, Louis?
I'll probably give them a D, just like you. Like, it's just they left a lot on the field, man.
Yeah.
They left a lot on the field, and I don't, like I said, you never know if it's the play call. I don't know what they're running, but we need more out of it. You're paying DK Metcalf a lot of money, and we need more out of you, bro. We just need more.
So you know what that means, y'all. That means that if y'all go out to the club tonight, Shame on y'all. There shouldn't be no party tonight. We ain't happy. You know, granted, you being in the club, it might be exciting for everybody, but if y'all got any passion in y'all's heart, y'all stay y'all's asses out of them clubs. So stay home tonight, fellas, and recoup and watch a little bit of film.
Hey, dude, what was the total yards on offense?
We had 267, 195 passing, and 72 rushing yards.
That's not enough, Wax.
That's bad on both. That's bad with both.
Yeah. Now, do you feel like special teams is involved more in the offense than it is the defense? Like the kickoff return, they kind of set the tone for the offense. What would you give the special teams today?
I probably give special teams a D minus. Other than, and I feel bad that I got to lump Boswell in there because
Right.
if it was just Boswell, I'd give him an A.
Well, we gonna put Boswell
Yeah,
over
Bos
to
is
the side.
on his own.
He's
Everybody
drinking
else,
Gatorade.
Everybody else gets it really gets an F. I only gave him a D because of Boswell, but everybody else gets an F. 'Cause
Right.
the kick return team, they were barely getting to the 20 to the 25. Like Caleb Johnson, and he had the most moronic play I've seen in a long
That's
time.
2 weeks in a row.
Yeah. So it's like I don't want to see him out there.
No.
Honestly,
Well,
it's
yeah.
like it's time to. You need to sit on the bench for a couple of weeks, and then maybe sprinkle him back in every once in a while. But I don't want to see him out there at this point because that kickoff play that he did was the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Because like that little kid like Pee Wee football knows a kickoff, the ball is live. No matter if you touch it, no matter where it bounces, that ball is live.
Right.
So even if like the new rule changes or whatever with the kickoff, still like go back and don't just stop and run to the sideline.
Right.
Go back and make sure the ball is dead.
Right. I just feel like 2 weeks in a row, and I'm like trying to, really get this kid a home. I'm trying to get him solidified with the team so he can gel and create that mesh.
Right.
But like he's doing an awesome job of basically like alienating himself.
Right.
That's the type of stuff when you come to practice tomorrow, you got a hoodie on, and ain't nobody looking or talking your way. Like,
And shades.
yeah, like
And
man,
shades
that's
on.
not good right now, Caleb. This is what lets you know that college is completely different from the pros. Because in college, you have different parts that you've been cohesive with for the last 4 years. The line knows how you move. The line knows if you're one of those hesitant type of backs that just sit there and wait for something to open up, or if you just, boom, go straight away.
And then you're playing against a team that probably maybe has one NFL player on it, maybe 2 or 3, depending on who you're playing.
Right.
And
At a
everybody-
time.
yeah,
It's not all
yeah.
NFL players.
That's it. And now you're playing against NFL players.
So,
Live and die and got wives and kids and they got to feed their families now. So it's serious now.
right. So with that in mind, that's why you can differentiate that and say, dang, man, that dude was a standout athlete in Iowa. But this isn't Iowa. They got the same color, so like you should know the black and gold feels fantastic. But with that being said, it's also a heavy duty responsibility. Meaning, if you're in that uniform and you're not ready, it's almost like having stolen valor. It's almost like, wait a minute, that random man is wearing that veterans. You dig what I'm saying? Because like at this point, it looks like the uniform you was wearing for the last however many years, but that's not it. So in order to exemplify what we rock up here in the professional level, you got to step it up. You got to put your poop in a group and get your stuff together, man.
Yeah.
You have to.
You're dealing with professionals now.
Right.
This is what people feed their families with. Like, this is their actual job. It's not like you're not going out there just for fame and a little bit of cash. You know what I mean?
Right.
This is like their profession.
Right.
So you have to treat it like that. Like, I'm getting paid millions of dollars to catch a football.
Right. You're supposed to know the rules, know all of the rules. There's no excuse to not know the rules. And like you said, like these colors, like they feel good when you're winning, but they're heavy. They're heavy when you're losing.
Them things added 50 pounds onto
Man,
your walk home.
Man, his calf muscle's gonna be strong after this from
Right.
carrying them colors.
I was walking around in the mall and I'm like, man, this jersey feels 122 pounds exactly, because I was in there watching that loss because I take the NFL with me on the go.
Right.
Only time I don't watch football is when we're recording. So with that in mind, it's just like we need these young men to step it up. in every facet. On the line, outside as far as the receivers are concerned, the running backs have to run their route. The most important thing of the offense itself, dude, is the offense.
Yeah.
We can't get anything in gear. It don't matter what play you run. It don't matter what receiver you have, nor the running back. You can go out there and get a clone of Tom Brady, and he will still do the exact same as Aaron Rodgers is doing right now because they don't have the protection.
Right. So let's move on to the defense.
All right.
The defense. What did you guys feel about the defense today?
I thought they looked sluggish. Like we were starting out slow, and we were gonna like turn it up in the second half.
Right.
But after a while, they just never hit that switch.
Right.
And they were playing flat. They were blowing coverages. I mean, we did have 2 takeaways today, so that kind of made up for it a little bit. But then, like, you give, like, a 20-yard third and goal on a 20 for a touchdown, that pretty much summed it all up for me.
And, like, it wasn't even I'm sure they wasn't even planning on scoring on it. They were just trying to get a little closer to get the field goal back.
Right.
And then you give a touchdown, like they just look bad. Like at first I thought the run defense looked a little better than it did last week at first, but then as the third quarter came, they started looking just like they was last week, man, just like they was. And then it's like the middle of the field is wide open for running or passing.
Bruh.
Those they were killing us with slants.
They slanted us to death tonight.
It's like, what are y'all doing out there? What are the backers doing out there? They just didn't look sharp. They didn't look prepared. And for this defense to be paid as much as they are, which I was looking and I did some little chat GPT, and this is probably the highest paid defense in the history of football.
Are you kidding me?
No BS. We pay like $175 million for defense. I don't think anybody's ever spent that much on defense. So for that to be the truth, come on, man. Like, you supposed to be at least good, at least a little bit good. Not just an open door for anybody to just step on and walk through.
But that's what lets you know you can't pay for defenses.
Exactly. You gotta build them.
You gotta build them. Defenses aren't bought and paid for, Wax. You remember what happened back, and this is apples to oranges. One you just have to peel to get into. But do y'all remember when the NBA tried to put Karl Malone and the glove on the same LA Laker team? Now, granted, they made it to the finals,
Right.
but they did it to no avail.
But then they got dog walked.
So you cannot just sit up here and fork out all kind of money and just try to have a crazy defensive attack
of people that were good 8 years ago.
Right.
You know, like, I mean, and we don't get me wrong. We were down a few people today. You know, what I mean, we were down. Like, I think Highsmith got hurt.
Joey's still out.
Yeah,
JPJR.
JP's still out. Elliott's out. So we were down some. Harmon, the rookie, he's still out, but he's still a rookie. So, you know, you can't really count on what he's really going to do. There's still no excuse. There's no excuse for getting blown off the ball, like, over and over and over again. Because at some point, you got to, the coaches of Tomlin's supposed to be this defensive guru. What are you dialing up? You're not dialing up anything that's stopping anything.
Right. I'm about to say, I'll give you an unpopular opinion. TJ needs to step it up fast. Because, like, I'm sick of seeing you not even getting double teamed, not making any plays.
Right.
Or even in the backfield disrupting something.
Right.
Like, it almost, I mean, I could be wrong, but it almost looks like he's playing hurt.
Or he's holding back for some reason. Like, what's really good?
Yeah, I don't know, because this is new. Because usually TJ, he's made his mark at least by now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, he had a couple of good plays, so I can't I can't say he didn't do nothing at all. But like, usually TJ makes a game-changing play. You know what I'm saying? At least one or two a game.
Mm-hmm.
And he's always in the backfield.
Right.
But like I paid attention to a lot of his bull rushes and stuff, and like
he was getting handled.
It's like, I'm like, what happened to your Regis?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. I know from watching him, and like you said, dude, every season by now he's made his mark or to where his presence is felt.
Right.
Like, man, y'all better be careful.
And now he's just a guy.
Right.
There. I mean, he's still good, but he's still like he's manageable. Before he wasn't manageable.
Right.
I mean, you just had to deal with him. Now it's like, he's neutralized to a certain extent. So he gets paid too much money for that, man. We pay too much money. I say we, like I'm coming out of my pockets. But
You did put $38. You was like, here, put this in.
Right. I didn't buy my jersey. I bought my jerseys from China, so I can't even say I contributed to the jersey.
She's still selling jerseys?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we pay too much for TJ to just not show up. Like, I don't say not show up, but like we pay too much for TJ to just be a guy.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're not supposed to be just a guy.
He has to be an immovable force.
Yes.
He has to be him.
And maybe that comes along with a better defensive line, because they've been just getting blown off the ball, and our linebackers, they're not shedding any blocks. Like, by the time we touch him, by the time they run up the middle, by the time we touch him, it's the safeties hitting him.
But do you understand, like, from last week to this week, as far as the ground attack, they're trying to figure us out. And they've had success on the other side of the ball running. Mm-hmm. But it hasn't been on the outside. It's been up that middle.
Right up the middle. Right up the gut.
So.
And that's that defensive line, them trenches, man. You can't win without the trenches.
Right.
I keep trying to tell them.
Do you feel like on both sides of the ball we're suffering, we're hemorrhaging on the line?
Absolutely. Because we got all the pieces around them, like we got a lot of bells and whistles, but it don't mean nothing if there's nothing holding up the bell or the whistle. It's just sitting on the ground. It ain't even getting a chance to resonate. It's just sitting there, you clicking it, and it's like.
They want to keep them in the box all pretty and new.
Yeah.
Like, it's time to get dirty and downright disgusting.
Right.
Like, mess, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's time to get nasty out
there. Yeah. This was a sad display on both sides of all three stages of the game. This wasn't it.
It brings about a type of, like, generic energy over the whole city. Like, even recording this right now, it just feels so like blah, because we have nothing to celebrate about. Everything can't be a home run. I'm cognizant of that.
Right.
But when you lose due to minimal effort, where you expected a lot of pieces to show up, that's the hurt part.
That mental mistakes, just that hurts, man. I take a loss if you're fighting.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you're fighting to the end, like, sometimes you like you said, you win some, you lose some, but you got to fight. And, like, they're not putting up any fight, man. And my thing is this: I wonder how long before the shenanigans start, because what's going to happen with Aaron Rodgers? Because he ain't going to like losing.
Hell no.
And sooner or later, he's going to be turning back into Aaron Rodgers. That pumpkin's going to turn into that
chariot.
That chariot's gonna turn back into a pumpkin if he starts losing.
I got news for you. That we got two other players on our squad that might resort back to crashing out too. Mm-hmm. And I keep bringing it up only because it's a factor. They're playing good and well behaved now, but like keep losing and see how this ends up.
That's not nothing I'm looking forward to.
No.
So in that regards, I hope we step it up. Well, matter of fact, I don't hope we step it up. We're going to step it up. So, this is, I don't want to say a small step to a giant, but, because I still want to be cognizant of the loss. Embrace the loss. Embrace for impact, fellas. It's not going to be a smooth ride all the times. You're going to have those little moments where things get rocky. One thing about it is we're built tough. So I can take this loss on the chin.
We are. I don't know if they are.
Yeah, they are.
We'll see.
They're a part of what we do, so I feel that they are.
Let's do quick grades on the defense. Like, what you give the defensive line?
I'm going to give that interior line a F.
F.
Yep. It was too many yards 2 weeks in a row, man.
I would probably give him a D minus just because of Cam. Because I think Cam had an alright game.
Yeah.
Cam did have an alright game, but he's still in with that line.
But, he's part of it, so I got to grade what he did, too.
But Cam can be over there with Boswell.
Exactly.
Drinking Gatorade.
Right. What you give him, Wax?
I give him a D minus.
Right.
And because I'm not going to say F. I'm not going to give anybody an F. But D minus ain't. It's a little bit better, but it ain't that much.
Right.
Like
Right.
Cam is playing how I feel like TJ should be playing.
Exactly.
Right.
He's earning his keep.
And like, you know, he's actually out there making an effort to make plays, crash the line, put your hands up anytime the quarterback's throwing the ball.
Right.
Like he's not making any rookie mistakes.
Correct.
In his veteran season.
Well, that lets you see his professionalism and his
Right.
leadership. That's what that does. That just it doesn't make it go unnoticed.
Right.
So you know we see that.
So let's go to the linebackers. What you get of linebackers?
I'm gonna give them a D. I'm gonna give them a D just for the simple fact there's interior linebackers in that middle. Like
Yeah.
TJ's been quiet. I haven't heard too much. But my boy Herbig just got back off a groin injury, so
Right. He's
You
still
know.
coming back. Yeah, I would I'd probably give him I'd give him a D because like their coverage on all those slants they threw was bad.
right.
Like I don't think it was solely on the secondary, even though they definitely had their part in it. But you know, and then the run defense, they're not shedding any blocks. They're not shedding anything. Soon as the lineman grabs them, it's over for Peyton Wilson.
They're going for a ride.
Yeah, they're getting pancaked. So, you know, I give them a D.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the same grade. I'm gonna give them a D.
So I'm gonna give them a C.
Okay.
I'm gonna give them a C minus, only because like I don't know they played halfway decent until like the third quarter,
Right.
and they were just giving up too many big plays that they shouldn't. Like, and Jigba should not have been killing us the way he was, man. Like he's decent. He's from O State, so you know I used to watch him, but
Yeah.
he was scraping us like he was all star. He's not that yet.
I'm going D. Even with the interception, that was a heck of an interception by Jalen. But I'm going D because all of those slants, and anytime they was in third and long, they ended up getting the first down or darn near close to it.
Right.
So like I'm giving them a D. So I basically got D's across the board.
Yeah, if not D minuses.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's teetering on that line of D's and D minuses.
Because I didn't see any bright spots other than Jalen Warren and Boswell.
I said Reed. But Boswell, man, like I said last week,
Pay
pay that man his money.
Yeah, give him his chain.
Because he's
worth it.
definitely worth it.
All right, real quick, coaching grades. We'll start with offensive coach, which you, Arthur Smith. These can be quick.
C minus. I want to give him a D, but like, I don't know. I'm kind of biased from last week.
Right.
So C minus.
I mean, it's hard to give that man a grade because anything that he runs, I can't get a pure look because of that line. So with that being said,
I mean, he's there preparing them. He's the reason of
I
the
get
preparation.
it, man. I get it, but they also have position coaches too.
Well, but he's in charge.
Would
of
I
the
be able to
position
give him an NA for non-applicable?
Nah, don't be a chump, man. Just make a grade.
All right, I'm gonna give him a C.
All right. And I probably would give him a C just because of, you know what I mean, the inadequacies of the team.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you got to be able to coach around that too. Like you're in the NFL. Like everybody don't have everything that they need.
Right.
So you got to be able to put your mark on it, you know what I mean, and make them do what you want them to do.
Right.
So-
And I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
You have to utilize the weapons that we have.
Right.
We got DK Metcalf for a reason, man. Take some shots down the field, even if it's like somebody shadowing him. Let him try to at least make the play, man. Because if not, why did we get him?
Right.
As a distraction? Like
Right.
he could be both. He could
Yeah.
be productive and a distraction.
That's a high-priced distraction,
No,
man.
I'm saying.
Hey, he's there
I'm
for
saying.
something.
What has he been thus? Well, he got 2 touchdowns, but
All right, so defensive coach.
I'm gonna give him a D.
Terrell Austin.
I'm gonna give him a D. He's been unprepared for 2 weeks straight. I want to give him an F, but I mean, he's not playing.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I'm giving him a D.
Yeah, it's all the way across the board.
Yep.
He gets a D from me too.
All right.
I mean, that's ridiculous, man. 2 weeks of unpreparedness. Last week we won 32-31.
Right.
And that wasn't by accident. That was because we got a hell of a kicker.
And they went out there and got smoked today.
And this week we lose to these guys who I feel like wasn't any better than New York. I felt like New York gave us more of a competition play than anything.
Yeah. So now let's get to the head man in
Hold
charge.
on. What about Wax?
Oh, he already said.
Oh, you did?
It's a D across
All the way
board.
across. All the way across.
So,
all the way across.
Let's get to the head honcho. What grade you give Mike Tomlin?
I'll go first. I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
give him a D. I'm gonna give him a D, not a D minus, not a D plus. I'm gonna give him a D because it seemed like he just didn't have them boys ready to play today, or they started real slow and just never could get in motion.
Right.
AKA didn't have them ready to play.
Right.
I'm gonna do the same, Wax, and it's not because you're doing it, because I feel like there's a certain point in time where you might have to take creative control back. I got to tally around and get these boys. You understand? Like, you got to get off your high horse and get down there and get back to what you were great at, and that's inspiring these young men to fire off that ball.
Yeah.
Period.
I'm gonna go D minus
Ooh.
because he's in charge of he's basically the defensive coordinator.
Are you in charge of the girls?
Yeah, I was just about to say, is he in charge of the girls?
He is in charge of the girls.
Is he in charge of the girls?
So somebody in that organization got a problem with their arithmetic because like he's basically the D coordinator.
Because all the girls keep coming up short.
Yeah. Let's get it out in the open. The girls just keep coming up short.
So we got to get it, and metaphorically speaking, and if y'all ain't seen it, go out and watch. Go out and rent Harlem Nights.
Right.
Go to your family-owned video store. No support.
So since he's the head man in charge and we look this bad this week, I'm putting most of the blame on Coach T because that's he has to get it.
Yeah. I will say this, man. Like, I don't want the Steeler fans to feed into any of these jerks, better yet, commentators. Because last week we could do no wrong. This week they're probably going to kill us. And all they're doing that for is to get better ratings.
Right.
Like, I mean, just keep, if you know Steelers football, you know Steelers football. You know what I mean? Like, don't feed into, because, like, all they're doing is trying to get ratings. They're going to say one thing to get clicks and then go against everything they said last week to get clicks. So,
I agree.
Like, just keep it kosher, and like, no, we're struggling a little bit, man, but like we still are the Steelers.
Right.
I will say this, Wax, and I can appreciate your your voice of reason towards the latter part of the segment, and that kind of helps me get ready for this part that I normally love, and y'all both know what it is predictions. So with that being said, this loss, it got me in some type of way, man. So if I seem to not see myself, it's because my prediction last week was 28-14. Mm-hmm. And I seen us being in favor as far as the productivity from last week. I felt like we were going to watch a little bit of film and try to, capitalize on some of the mistakes that were made last week. Now we just added another week of mistakes onto last week's mistakes. So with that being said, I want to look at it as optimistic as I can. And I feel like the only way you can beat New England, we got New England next week, right? The only way you can beat New England when you're playing them in any type of manner is by not letting them score. So if we can do it.
That's the most vaguest thing. That's how you beat anybody.
Yeah, by not letting them score. Like,
No, I mean, I'm getting ready to blank them out. We're getting ready to win the game 14-0, Pittsburgh.
Okay. I'm not. I'm going to be a little bit biased on the last two games because we gave up what, like 60 points in the last two games? Mm-hmm. So I think it's going to be a high-scoring game if we can get our offense going. So I'm going to say 35-28.
Okay.
Us. And we're playing in New England on the we're on the road for like the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So this we should be stacking up wins because we're not even in the tough part of the schedule yet.
Not at all.
So we need these wins, basically, is what I'm saying.
That's why that loss caught me off guard. And I like to say it was, I'm saying 14-0 us.
Okay. Yeah, you
My
right.
bad.
Nah, but I probably got. I don't want to be the Debbie Downer.
Uh-oh.
But I'm not feeling this what I saw the last 2 weeks, honestly, especially from the defense. And but I'm still going to give us the win, but I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be 21-20. 21-20 us. I think the defense kind of shows up a little bit. Hopefully they get back to business, get back in the lab. I don't know if something's wrong with that lab because they keep saying they're going back to the lab. They might need a new lab.
Right.
But
They might need a new scientist, too.
Right. Some new beakers.
And
Some new Bunsen burners. I don't know, man. But I won't be surprised if we lose. Let me put that out there, too. I won't be shocked if we lose. I was shocked today. I was like, damn, I didn't see that coming.
nobody did.
But now you're not gonna shock me anymore. If we lose, I'm gonna be like, I can see it.
You wasn't falling for it again?
No.
I got you. Well, fellas, you know what they say. All good things must come to an end. But the good thing about it is we'll be back next week. Same time, same location, different material. Peace. BMC production, y'all. Big meaty clothes. Y'all know what it be. Yo, check it. I mean, it's Steelers Sunday. I'm trying to make it happy, but these motherfuckers up here out of baby pappy. I mean, out of baby daddy. And I'm just like Jangle Egg, but I'm coming in this bitch just like bacon and eggs. Who is it? DWY. I'm never shy. I be that guy up in the middle. See it like Padiddle. That's my call when we was fucking little. Yeah, played the games. Me, you, and James. Uncle Dookie. Cutting Diesel. I'm in this motherfucker and I'm trying to say free my people. Shit is equal. Yeah, I'm in this motherfucker with my brothers. And we up like deep cover in one another. So watch your motherfucking mother. When we come up, we run to come up and then we run it just like butter. Don't help them, just save them. Dude, tell these motherfuckers hate them.
I've been trying to flow today. But I gotta fucking flow today.
Yep.
I don't really wanna flow today.
Yep. What?
But they made me fucking flow today. I gotta get it. I'ma do it like Devin the Dude did it. I don't know what niggas talking about, man. I'm trying to win it. I'm trying to spin it and get this motherfucking paper until it's ending. I don't know. I'ma do this shit from the ending to the beginning. We gonna keep rhyming. We gonna keep spitting. And these niggas talking shit, yeah, that's when we start shitting on these rapping ass, weak ass rappers. I'm the man. You niggas talking shit, but they really don't give a damn, and neither do I. So why should I even try to even think about what you niggas is saying? It's probably lies. Y'all niggas don't even know. I'm trying to get high. I'm trying to fly in the sky. I'm trying to get my piece of the pie. Get the fuck up out of my face. Don't even ask me why, cause I can tell you the answers. Yo, y'all niggas talking shit, doing your dances. We just sitting in the corner, nigga, trying to get pampered.
Trying to get pampered. This shit be serious like cancer. These niggas hate it, but these niggas dancers. Booty popping and whatnot. But listen, motherfuckers, y'all niggas cannot fuck with my spot or my fucking clique. So get off our dicks. You know that we do this shit quick. Listen, nigga, I'm just in it for just one flip. And then get back to the block for my grip.
For my grip, for my drop, for my grip, for my grip, for my beats. Here's them crops. Shake that shit, make that knot. Shake that spot, make it hot. Body found, vacant lot. trying to get it, make it shot. I'm trying to get it, trying to see my spot. I mean, I'm trying to get the second motherfucking window so I can get my fucking ends up. And then I said what? I said what? We in the cut and then we trying to get fucked up. So we just get the bruise and get the booze and get these motherfucking bitches and they choosing me and yous and see me when I'm coming bruised and call me bruiser. When I got these motherfucking dope abusers, they want the sniffy. They want the jiffy, they want the ready, they want that Johnny Marzetti, they want the sketty, they want that motherfucking shetty, the mama shetty, they want it chopped in already, they want they fetty, they're not the fet and all, but they just want they Luciano. I'm trying to be up on this motherfucker like I know, like what? Coming like I got it, get it, they call me Illies cause I just did it.
Yo, I ain't even wanna flow today.
What? What?
But I guess I gotta flow today.
Okay, yeah.
I'm getting so high, I wanna float away.
Check.
Yo, but I ain't even wanna float today.
Check it. Just a ghetto child trying to learn the traps in the street. I think of hustling so much I'm selling crack in my sleep. Police don't do their own work. Got niggas walking the beat, ready to tell on anybody if they trying to eat.